This video is mostly for those who have insecure attachment styles and want to know what kind of behaviors to aspire towards when working on their insecure attachment. Today I share with you a thorough description of secure attachment style. Not just behaviors, but the way these people see the world, themselves, others, and situations, so we're talking deep psychology here. Some securely attached people are also not 100% secure. They may exhibit some kind of preoccupied patterns or dismissiveness based on their childhood trauma. These people can also benefit from this video. I will show you how an absolutely 100% secure person thinks and behaves in the world, and it'll serve as a compass for what to improve in yourself. Perception of self, other, and the world. Secure attachment is characterized by a positive, balanced perception of self and others. They generally see what's positive about themselves and others, but they're also objectively aware of their flaws and what they need to improve. This without resorting to self-blame or negative self-talk. This is in comparison to the avoidantly attached person who sees the self as better than other people, and the preoccupied who sees everyone else as inherently valuable, but themselves as lacking value. For preoccupied and avoidantly attached people, your mind's information processing capacity always gets stuck at a certain limit. For example, let's imagine a preoccupied person in a social setting. Most of their thoughts will often revolve around how they think they should act, how to be to impress others, and how not to offend everybody in order to gain approval, so that they feel good enough and accepted. From a cognitive psychology information processing perspective, first the mind receives input from the five senses signaling about a stimulus. In this case, strangers to meet. The stimulus, new people in front of you to meet, is processed by the mind, given meaning based on various factors. Now, how does the mind's information processing capacity stops at a certain limit in this case? What does this mean? This limit is some kind of a stuck perception or belief, and it can be something like, quote-unquote, every time I'm out at a party to meet new people, I need to gain their approval, otherwise I don't feel safe. Or, quote-unquote, I need to make sure that everybody likes me, otherwise I can't feel good enough. Or, quote-unquote, I need to make this person laugh so that they like me. So every time you meet new people, your mind automatically gives the same, often negative, meaning to them. New people to meet equals I need to behave in ways to gain approval to feel good about myself. For the secure mind, the need to gain approval is just one possibility or one way of looking at a situation, not the limit of their information processing capacity about the situation. New people to meet equals I can be myself, and some will like me and some won't, and I'm okay with that. The secure mind can look at a stimulus from various angles and literally choose how to see things, and often unconsciously without effort, it consistently chooses to see self and others in a positive light. It's positive childhood programming. It expects the best outcome for themselves from others and from their actions, from the world as well, from life. The preoccupied mind is simply incapable of giving this positive meaning about themselves, others, and the situation due to childhood conditioning. Quote-unquote, new people to meet equals I can be myself, and some will like me, some won't, and I'm okay with that. This possibility doesn't exist in the insecure person's mind. They may try to fake it till they make it, but still, this is very deep-rooted conditioning. The default, the engine, is low self-esteem, from which all thoughts about the self are continuously generated. You can tell a beautiful but insecure woman she's beautiful all day long, but for some reason she herself can't understand. Her mind will still continue to believe that you are not telling the truth. So the insecure mind can't calculate or process past that negative limit. The perception is narrow and limited, and you end up playing the same theme about yourself to yourself. Everywhere you go, your mind puts you down. The self is consistently viewed in a negative light, and that others are out to get you. When it comes to preoccupied, avoidant, and disorganized people, the mind simply cannot see the possibilities a secure mind can see across situations. The mind is fixated on one way of viewing the self and can't process anything over the threshold. More specifically, a preoccupied person cannot process more than the theme of feeling not good enough, approval seeking. This is what I mean by an information processing limit. They cannot think their way out of it easily or think up something else. These thoughts are quite pre-programmed from childhood. Yes, meditation, self-development can help, but without any actual therapeutic intervention, and especially if the attachment disturbance is high, the low self-esteem engine will not change. Thoughts of the secure mind do not exist in the preoccupied mind. Thoughts of the secure mind do not exist in the preoccupied mind. And so to summarize, information processing capacity is pre-established by childhood experiences and attachment style. Let's take another example to illustrate what I mean by information processing capacity or information processing capacity limit. Let's say, for example, anxiety. When a preoccupied person experiences anxiety, his or her mind will only be able to give one or two meanings to their emotional experience. And the meaning is often negative. Quote unquote, "Holy crap, I'm getting a heart attack," or "I hope my date won't figure out that I'm anxious. I need to stop being anxious, it's bad. I'm going to screw up this public speaking opportunity. This anxiety is going to ruin my job interview for sure. This anxiety means I need to make everybody like me." As a securely attached person, you can definitely experience these thoughts. They're possible to have in mind. They are possible to have in mind. But guess what? Your mind chooses not to. These thoughts for the secure are just a possibility out of millions of negative and positive possibilities they could choose to pick from and experience. Sounds cool, right? To be secure. In general, the secure mind always picks up the secure option. In this case, for example, quote unquote, "I'm a bit nervous, but it's fine, I'll be okay," or something like that. Apart from their broad metacognitive and information processing capacity, their whole nervous system is very good at quickly getting rid of negative emotions, leaving them in a positive state almost all the time. Their bodies have absorbed the secure and consistent care their parents have given them as infants. They carry these memories of being consistently soothed and loved in just the right ways until today. This is why the secure mind can't help but make the secure person see themselves in a positive light, cannot help but give positive meaning even to the most negative of emotions and setbacks in life. So secure people have a very easy time dealing with negative emotions. They don't stay angry, they forgive quickly and/or try to find solutions quickly, yes. They hold no grudges, they confront you directly, they express emotions, they set boundaries easily. It's all the good stuff when you're secure. Secure sense of self. They have a very strong sense of self. They know what they want, how to get it, and they actually can easily believe they can and they will get what they want out of life. On average, secure people do not seek out therapy as much throughout their lives, their entire lives. Although they experience negative emotions, it's unlikely that a passing sadness or negative experience will result in clinical depression or a big depression. They don't have that much worries or anxiety. They're very easy to get along with socially, and they have no problem approaching strangers, making new connections. As a secure person, you enjoy having deep, meaningful connections. You actually prefer creating more long-term, long-lasting romantic relationships, friendships. You can also connect on a short-term basis, but that is not your highest priority. This includes transactional relationships like one-night stands, friends with benefits. You can do both, and you're also comfortable with being alone. compared to the avoidant person who's most comfortable with short-term relationships, and the preoccupied who is a serial monogamist most of the time, not always, and can't stand being alone. How secure people see relationships. A healthy balance between attachment and autonomous exploration. If you have avoidant attachment, you prioritize freedom. For example, you may seek out more one-night stands, short-term, and open-type relationships more than monogamous. If you're in a monogamous relationship, you may find yourself thinking about cheating, actually doing it, or leaving your partner for no apparent reason. The idea of being with one person for a very long time can trigger your fear of being overwhelmed and smothered. If you're securely attached, you don't have this problem. You are not scared of getting close, but you can also give your partner all the space they need without feeling lonely or preoccupied with what your partner is doing away from you. Also, secure attachment is characterized by an effortless ability for emotion regulation. You don't experience high levels of anxiety when you're single. Preoccupied attachment, on the other hand, they always feel some kind of longing to be in a long-term relationship. They suffer from high levels of anxiety if they're not dating. They have to be feeling some kind of love, otherwise they'd start to feel empty and depressed. They can't function well when they're single. They're prone to feeling lonely and crave attention from others. Avoidance, they enjoy being alone and see relationships as just a means to satisfy their needs. However, as soon as their fear of closeness is triggered, they leave without notice and often very suddenly, leaving the partner in great confusion. Secure people don't have any of these dysfunctional perceptions about relationships. As a secure person, you have a lot of love to give. You value your needs and look for those who can satisfy them, but in general, you are ready to give first. You feel complete and you just want to share your positive presence with somebody. Love for you is first about giving, and second about reciprocal giving and receiving equally. Preoccupied people and avoidance are pretty much the same, but they express their selfishness differently. The preoccupied person is pretty much unable to feel good by themselves because they have an undermined emotion regulation capacity. Love feels good, super good, so they try to find somebody to fall in love with to suppress their default negative experience. They use love and being loved and falling in love as a way to suppress their daily negative self-talk and loneliness. They often think that they're sensitive empaths, but in reality this is much closer to being narcissistic than empathic, and they have no idea that they're doing this. It's all too unconscious, and as you can see, just like the avoidant, it's all about taking, not giving. Still, the preoccupied in general is much better than the avoidant when it comes to having a long-term relationship because preoccupied do carry some genuineness in their desire to connect. They just often feel too much, they feel too much, have way too much anxiety, fear of abandonment. They think the partner is responsible to take care of all their emotional problems. They can throw tantrums, get angry for small things just to start a fight and get more attention, time from the partner, but they won't leave you suddenly like the avoidants do. They will stick with you, and often it's much easier to help a preoccupied become aware of their patterns than an avoidant. So you can still have a good relationship with a preoccupied if you work on it together and improve together. Avoidants usually have no desire to work on the relationship. Back to secure. Secure people value giving a lot, and they also value give and take, but from a place in which they're very capable of giving. Preoccupied and avoidant people are looking for someone to quote-unquote give to them. They don't feel capable of giving. A preoccupied might argue that they have so much love to give, but in reality, they want to spend a lot of time with the partner, cuddling, having sex, and all kinds of stuff, just so to use the partner to help them with their loneliness and dampen their anxiety. They use love to feel okay, good enough, complete, and to suppress their daily and chronic levels of anxiety. Of course, not all of them are like that. There's always degrees to any attachment style, like I said in the introduction, the other part of this video, which is Introduction to Attachment Styles. Some preoccupied or avoidant people are more secure than others, and some secure people can exhibit preoccupied or avoidant behavior at times. Think of attachment styles as a spectrum, okay? However, there are people who are pretty much close to 100% secure, although rare, they do exist. And there are people who are 100% preoccupied or avoidant, or 100% disorganized, without a single bit of security. If you would like to accelerate your healing journey, check out my Peak Transformation membership, in which we go through your attachment styles and we fix them, as well as any other stubborn emotional or mental blockage that you are experiencing right now. It could be low self-esteem, anxiety, or mindset issues in dating, business, or personal life. Check out the Peak Transformation membership and all the courses included for healing and accelerated healing in the description below. If you would like to support the journey, you could leave a like, comment, show the video to more people so we could help more people. And guys, it's always a pleasure to receive your views and comments on my videos, and see you next weekend.